All right. You want to begin tonight?
Yeah, Lance has had to take a night off because once again he's fucked up his back because there's not enough equipment to move the stuff off the trucks.
Not enough people as well.
Yep. And you guys reported the lack of equipment early on. You've been there 6 months now. And you still don't have equipment that's been repaired or enough equipment. You literally can't do your job without hurting yourself. And you've had to take several days off now in the last couple of weeks because your back just keeps getting worse and worse. And what are they doing? Sending the mechanic around to fix lock boxes.
I'd like to also add that the very first night that I started back in Athens over 6 months ago, the lobby was locked up tight because they were beginning renovation project operations, and they've been working. They were steadily working on renovating the lobby for months and months and months. All right, they recently finished. Man, this has been over a month ago. They finished renovating the lobby. Well, anyway, a couple of days ago, I got to work. There's a little area right behind the lobby, right behind the wall of the lobby on the employee side. It's in between where they put mail in the boxes, or where they used to anyway. I don't know what they do anymore, and the customer services side. Anyway, so they slowly started putting chairs down. They put a lectern with a battery-powered microphone in there, and they put signs on the seats that said reserved for this person and that person. Then the other day came in, and they had all these red, white, and blue balloons in there set up. They had like poles attached to tires to make arches, which they attached balloons to. Anyway, so and they had a big ceremonial ribbon stretched out that they could cut to, officially ceremoniously open the lobby, the new lobby with. Anyway, a couple days ago, as I'm leaving, caterers are coming in, bringing boxes and boxes of pre-made meals for everybody, boxes of cupcakes and drinks and all this shit. There's no telling how much money they spent.
They had cupcakes. You didn't bring me a cupcake?
No, sorry. All of this, and who knows how much money they spent, all of this to inaugurate the renovation of a lobby. And basically what it used to amount to a mid-sized facility now amounts to a small-sized facility on the smallish side. Anyway, so, and they were, the postmaster and all his little assistants were just in a tizzy about, got to get the building clean, got to get it ready for all these people, all these guests, these bigwigs are coming down here to... Anyway, so I had to leave right before the ceremony started to go home. Anyway, a friend of mine that works a few hours after, gets off a couple of hours after I do, he was forced to partake in the ceremony. They rounded everybody up and had them stand while they made these speeches, one speech after another, saying, "Oh, what a glorious job they've done renovating the lobby." So when I came in the next day, they had leftover programs for the ceremony left out, and I was taking a look at them. Is pictures the lobby before, the lobby after, the doors to the lobby before, the doors to the lobby after, the little table where you can put your stamp on your envelope before and after. And I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the stupidity of this. Anyway, so let's jump from that depressing topic to something else. So how you been doing today, Bonnie?
I feel like I've got a cold. You feel like you've got a cold. We're coming down with something, aren't we?
Yeah. So, thankfully this hurricane is going to miss us.
It's gone.
Yeah, is it all over?
It's already gone over the top of Florida. It's out in the Atlantic to the east of Florida now.
So it wasn't as destructive overall as Helene.
It diminished from a 5 to a 3, and then once it got to midpoint, it basically went down to, I don't know, Category 1 storm. So as far as I know, Uncle Dave's fine.
Okay. Well, they gave me Columbus Day off, so I have a 4-day weekend now since I've called in tonight.
When are they going to get you equipment? When are they going to get you more help?
I don't think it's a very high priority with them.
Apparently not. It took them over a year from the time they said, "Oh, he's going back to Athens," to get you back in Athens.
Well, the fact that they prioritize balloons and catering for some triviality over us
Staffing.
really shows you the situation.
Essential personnel. Yeah.
Anyway, so my goal this weekend is to try to get the current painting done, get some drawing done. I skipped doing weights tonight because I just felt like shit. Normally tonight will be my weights routine before going to work.
You've got to rest your back, sweetheart. You really do.
Well, exercise is good for your back.
Maybe rest is the best thing for repairing your back. And not doing the same shit that keeps hurting it.
Our son came home with takeout from the taco stand for us, and did you know he was going to do that?
I told him to go and get something for himself. He went ahead and took it upon himself to get us something. That wasn't the intention. I just wanted him to come in quietly and escape to his end of the house. And indeed, I didn't hear him. What I heard was you popping your toes and cracking all of your joints. And that's what woke me up.
Well, when he came in, he was making so much racket, putting stuff in the sink, and I thought, oh my God, he's going to wake her up.
I did not hear a thing. I did not hear anything, Lance.
Well, when he got home, he said, I brought you a burrito, and my first thought was, oh, good, I'll take it to work, and it'll be my lunch tonight. And then right after that, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and eat it. And it turned out to be good that I did, because I think it helped me sleep. Because I only slept about 3 hours this morning, and I slept maybe 6 this afternoon.
Well, I know I'm sick because when you woke me up, I got up, I had that little bit of food, and then I just started crashing. I fell asleep again. I am just wiped out.
It irritates me. I have, God, I don't know how many pills I have to take in the morning when I get home. And
Isn't one of your pills 5 different pills? One of the prescriptions is 5 pills or something?
yeah.
Jesus.
It always used to irritate me to eat my breakfast, and then at 9 o'clock, that's when you take your pills. Because I have to, my stomach's already full, and now I got to put pills in my mouth and wash it down and all this. So I've started taking them at around 8:30 before I eat. And for some reason, it makes me sleepier than, because I'll take the pills, and then we'll sit down and eat, watch, the highlights from the late night shows. And I'm sitting on the sofa, and all of a sudden I start to get this. Now, we looked this up. Is it languorous or languid, which is more appropriate?
I can't remember.
But this, peaceful,
I was right.
sleepy feeling,
Yeah, it's the feeling you get when they give you some kind of morphine in the hospital, and you go, I'm going to La La Land, and you're out. It's that kind of feeling.
I've heard Patton Oswalt talk about taking Ambien, and he said that it's better than just a sleep aid. It's also the feeling like, I can go to sleep confident and assured, and knowing that all my work has been done and everything is okay with the world.
My OBGYN does a little bit of everything, and she and I were talking about my sleep problems at one point, And she goes, "You want to try Ambien?" And she goes, "I need to tell you a few things, and just I'm going to give you a couple pills, try it out, and if you want to go on and do it, just give me a ring and I'll extend the prescription." I took one pill. I passed out. And then for like 24 or 36 hours or something, it was insane. I was in this state where I was completely drugged out of my head. I was like, what's going on? It's kind of like that scene in The Simpsons where Mr. Burns is floating around and glowing.
Mm-hmm.
It was that kind of, ah. And I sent her an email. I said, Dr. Levin, I cannot take this ever again.
Oh Lord. Yeah, drugs. It's weird. I didn't know anything about drugs until I got in my. Well,
20?
no, I was gonna say. Well, if you count alcohol, I never had a drink of alcohol until I turned 19.
And therein is the problem. See, I was given pony beers and a little half serving of wine with meals and stuff growing up, and it was just like, what's the big fucking deal? Why are you getting drunk? It's just booze. Whereas you, it was like, oh, it's verboten.
Well, when I first started drinking, it was just such a revelation because I feel goofy and
Social.
yeah, I guess that's part of
You're a
it.
little butterfly. An obnoxious little butterfly I wanted to swat.
But when I discovered pot, it was like, oh my God, this is it. Because it's funny how my reaction to pot changed over time. Because when I first started smoking pot, it made me really horny, and but over time, it made me
Focus.
yeah, it made me focus. I never get horny when I smoke pot now, but pot for me now, it makes me want to be by myself and get some painting and drawing done, listen to some music, and yeah, it's like it cuts out all the distractions.
I remember going to visit some family when I was in college, and the woman said, "Have you ever tried pot?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "What do you think?" I said, "I tried it again, but I don't know." She goes, "Oh, you don't want any now, do you?" I said, "No, thanks." And she just lit up. I'm like, oh my God. And then later I was talking to her husband, who is a blood relation of mine. He goes, "So she broached the subject, huh?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "What do you think?" I said, "Pretty much just puts me to sleep." He goes, "Yeah, same with me. I don't see the point in it."
It doesn't make me sleepy at all. It makes me
You focus.
yeah.
That's why I think you've got like genuine ADHD or something, man. Your son's diagnosed you with that many
Yeah.
times. Many times.
But it always what I'm getting at is it always amazed me to find out that they were people who experimented with a broad range of drugs when they were like 13, 14, 15. And I can't imagine.
I remember breaking into a neighbor's booze cabinet, and a girlfriend and I just got, silly. And it was just stupid, but after that it was like, what's the point in this? I mean, I'd had booze before, and she'd had booze before, and it was just like something to do because, well, you're bored, and that's what you're supposed to do when you're a teenager. I think we were in middle school at that point. Uh, yeah, the college parties I never got. I remember going with Denise to a couple frat parties, and we'd walk in, and everybody's just shit-faced with all the red cups and passing it around, and Denise were like, they just act stupid.
It's funny. When I started drinking, I ran into an old girlfriend of mine, and she said something like, "Oh, you're drinking now. That's it's too bad you weren't drinking before because we could have had so much fun together."
Oh, man.
And very strange.
Yeah, there's very much a social element with drinking.
Yeah.
But it's really scary when you start drinking alone. That's a problem.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember being at this volunteer thing, and we had a wrap party at the end. And they sent me, there was this girl just crawling all over me, and she was getting on my nerves. And the guy who hosted the party said, "Why don't you take her home?" And so she was just sloppy drunk. You met her over at the AA meeting. And I was just like, why does she think that she's such hot shit when she's drunk? Why does she think she's so fucking sexy when she's drunk? And I'm like, just go away, you know?
Yeah. It when in the early, well, I don't know, let's say early days of drinking, it gave me like powers. I could do stuff I wouldn't normally be able to do.
Okay, the only power I ever got when having just one drink, it helped. I could sing. At least I thought I could. It lowers inhibitions. So, normally I get stage fright. I was at the fucking Rotary meeting a couple of years back with Jan. I was an absolute wreck giving a speech. And I thought later, I should have just had a sip or two of alcohol. I would have been so much better.
Well, I remember a friend of mine used to live in this apartment that was on the second floor of this place. And across the hallway, these two girls lived in an apartment, and they had just moved out. And I was over there drunk as hell, and I climbed out on the ledge of the building and opened the window to their apartment and swung in drunk to the apartment and opened it from the inside. And we went over there.
Spider-Man powers.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing that.
It is amazing that you and I, with our past, survived in order to reproduce and to see them to adulthood. We were stupid in a lot of ways. I mean, all the risks that I took and all the drunkenness that you engaged in. I mean, running into fucking gunfire, doing level 5 rafting when I had never rafted before.
Well, driving drunk. I remember one time went to a birthday party. I think it was in Carnesville. And then after that, drove blind fucking drunk on these twisting mountain roads up to Toccoa and got this room at a hotel called the Taj Motel.
We gotta go find this place.
It's probably out of business now, but and waking up next morning in the hotel room, just kind of like,
Where the hell?
did I really drive all the way up here? I don't know why in the hell we drove there.
Don't look at me. I wasn't the chick with you at the time.
No. I washed my hands with that Mrs. Meyer's lavender soap, and it's so overwhelming, and it strips
that stuff. I only got it because of you and Reed.
it strips all the oil off your hands. Hands, I don't know. Oh, I don't feel too good. In a little while, I'm gonna eat something because I can't eat anything after I take my thyroid pill, so I have to wait. But I'm gonna eat something later and see if I feel better. Oh God Almighty me! Well, they're just gonna have to deal with it at work. Am I not being there?
Yeah, like Tiffany told me, the post office goes on without Lance. He doesn't need to feel like he has to be there all the time.
Well, let me see what time it is. Okay, we've been talking for 19 minutes. I don't know how much more we can go.
Yeah, we're pretty much out of it between our illness and your aches and my heart flutters.
Okay, so I guess we'll call it quits. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.